And I'm joined here today by Emily Hybor from Jennison, which is over near Grand Rapids, as well as Pam Sordell with the Puppy Mill Awareness Program. Great animal rights people, but also want to bring this important issue to the public. Unfortunately, Representative Tommy Brann was going to join us, but he is tied up with his caucus right now, and Senator Bayer, who is part of this package and supporting this legislation, is voting in the Senate right now. So today, I'm introducing House Bill 5273, which will ban pet leasing in Michigan. Pet leasing is a new deceptive financing scheme that's taking place across the country and here in Michigan. There's actually 4 stores here in Michigan that are currently offering pet leasing. They're located in Granville, also in Troy, Novi, and Flint. So let me just tell a little story here. Imagine you're a family, you just lost a family pet, and you're going to replace that pet for your 8-year-old daughter, and you're going to go to a store and find that new companion family pet. You go in, you find a wonderful animal, costs more than you thought it would be, but it's $2,500, and they offer to you a way of taking this pet out of the store and financing it. You drop down, say, $49 to walk out with that animal. But you're also signing this paperwork that you think is allowing you to walk out, and you're going to be financing this animal, owning this animal, and it isn't until later, after you've grown attached to this little guy, and it has now become part of the family, that you discover that you don't own this pet, you're renting this pet. You find out it's a lease. And these leases can be for as long as 29 months that you're making a regular monthly payment on, but it ain't done after 29 months. You still have to pay a final larger fee at the end of that lease, so you can now own that pet. And keep in mind that this pet becomes collateral. An animal is collateral for this loan. And if you fail to make your payments as agreed upon, then at that point they can come and seize your family pet. What trauma not only to the family, but also trauma to that animal that has become attached to the family. So this has become a problem here in Michigan. It is banned in other states across the country, such as it's banned in my paperwork here. Sorry, folks. It is banned in New York, California, New Jersey. Here in the Midwest, Indiana has banned pet leasing as well. So you have a product that ends up being a money game for the leasing companies that are doing this, and at the cost of the family itself. So this is what has really become the problem. And here's how it works. Customer goes to the pet store, they sign this lease, they walk out with the pet, they apply for it in the store. The customer walks out and finds those payments are way higher than what they anticipated, and say a pet costs $2,500 at the store. By the time they're done with the whole process of leasing this pet for so many months and paying it off at the end, they paid as much as $6,200, 2.5 times more than what that pet costs. So, this large balloon payment at the end of the lease so that they can finally own this pet is oftentimes too much for families. Having a pet repossessed from you is not like having an inanimate object like a car or furniture repossessed. This is a part of you, part of the family. It's traumatic for both the pet and the family. House Bill 5273 is to ban these kind of leases in the state. So now I want to introduce Emily, who has her own compelling story, her own personal experience. Emily?
Thank you so much.
Emily, before you get started, if you could do us a favor, if you could say and spell your first and last name.
So my name is Emily Hybor. Emily, last name Heybor, Heybo.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Brann, Michigan.
Okay, if you could face.
Yeah, well, you can move around and look at whoever. I'll adjust as I need to.
Okay, awesome.
So this is
Cheat
that
to the
way.
camera.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Will do. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to speak. My name is Emily Heybor. I actually leased my pet Charlie from the Barking Boutique in Grandville. I went in there actually only one day after losing my previous pet. So I went in there in a little bit of an emotional state, I guess you would say. I was playing with all the dogs and I met Charlie and I knew that this was the dog for me. Through the process of, going through all of the paperwork to lease my pet, I was never told that a lease meant that I never actually owned my dog. I was just told that I was able to take my dog home for the low price of $214 a month. Never really realizing how many months it would take to pay this off and how much interest that actually meant for me. So over a year later, I guess it was when Pam told me that the amount that I was paying wasn't just to keep my dog and have my dog as my own. I was just leasing him. And this introduces a really scary moment for pet owners. You have this thing that you have created a bond with. My dog is one of my best friends. I'm not afraid to say it. And now I don't even know when the moment comes that I will own him. And so this just becomes a really emotional moment for a lot of pet owners, and I guess a lot of these companies really overlook this aspect of it because you do have a bond to this pet. And the idea that at one point I could fall into some financial issues and be unable to make my payments, and that this would cause my dog to go into a shelter when he has a loving and willing family to take care of him it's just beyond my ability to really understand why someone would do something like this, and it's just really disappointing that something like this, pet leasing, this predatory practice still exists. And when I think back to the day that I got my dog, I realized they never once were direct with me about the difference between a loan or a lease, and when I asked, they said there was no difference for my pet whether or not I was loaning or whether I was leasing. So this must come to an end. This predatory leasing of pets is just terrible for both the pet owner and the pet, and causes a lot of emotional issues as well as a lot of financial issues for a lot of families.
Thank you, Emily. And now I want to introduce Tommy Brann, State Representative.
Thank you. First of all, the pet is not a car. We lease a car, we lease a pet. And like Emily said, it's emotional. They're part of the family. And I co-sponsored this bill, leadership with Bill. I co-sponsored because this means a lot to me personally, because Sue and I never had kids, and dogs are a big part of our life. And we've got this certain leasing thing that Emily got under, and we had to lose our pet. That would break our heart. So I'm glad to be co-sponsored this bill.
Great. We're now open to any questions you might have of Pam or Emily or myself or Representative Brann.
I'm not a designated speaker, but if you have any questions.
But Pam Sordell.
Okay, and just so my editor knows I'm speaking to, if you give me your name and who you represent.
Pam Sordyl, Soryl, and I'm the founder of Puppy Mill Awareness in Southeast Michigan.
My question for you is this new, or has this been going on for a long time?
The first complaints came in 2014. The FTC has received plenty of complaints, and they've issued some warnings. The Better Business Bureau has issued some warnings about pet leasing. We first started seeing it in Michigan in 2017 through the family puppy. There's been complaints filed with the Better Business Bureau. Immediately, they're assigned to a collection agency, and that's where the complaints will be found in Monterey Financial Services in California. That's where most of the complaints are found.
So how exactly would the bills work? Obviously, you're banning this practice, but what exactly would we be seeing the ban on? Just the leasing part? Could someone still offer a loan for a pet as long as it wasn't, a continued leasing practice?
So specifically, the ban happens any contract entered into on January 1st, 2020 or later would be void and unenforceable if the ownership of a companion animal is contingent upon making payments over a period of time subsequent to the transfer of possession or ownership of that companion animal. So it's basically taking the collateral of that animal out of the financing program based on that language.